Hello student, we are going to revise the lesson Electricity. Electricity has an important place in modern society. It is a controllable and convenient form of energy for a variety of uses in the home, schools, hospitals, etc. We are familiar with the electric current and the circuit. If electric charge flows through a conductor, for example through a metallic wire, we say that there is electric current. So from this photograph you can see it is the path along which electric current can flow. So circuit is completed when bulb glows. When positive end of the battery is connected with the positive end of the bulb and negative end to the negative end of the bulb, then circuit is completed and bulb glows due to flow of electrons. Thus, the electric current is flow of electrons in one direction from positive end to the negative end. We can say that there is electric current in the conductor. In a torch, when we place the battery cells in a proper arrangement, it provides flow of charges or an electric current through the torch bulb to glow. We have also seen that the torch gives the light only when its switch is on. What does a switch do? Thus, electric current means flow of electrical energy through the circuit, means transfer of energy takes place from one end towards the other end. A switch makes a conducting link between the cell and the bulb. A continuous and closed path of an electric circuit is called as electric circuit. It is a continuous and closed path of an electric current. Thus, from this figure you can say that in the solid object the atoms are closely packed with each other and energy flows through the circuit, means from one atom to the other atom the flow of electric energy takes place through the circuit. Bulb gate glows. Student, we are going to do revision of the lesson electricity. We shall attempt to answer the such question, that is, what is flow of the flow in the electric circuit, what are electric current, what is voltmeter, what is ammeter, etc. We are familiar with air current and water current. We know that flowing water constitutes water current in the rivers. Similarly, if electric charge flows through a conductor, for example through a metallic wire, we say that there is an electric current. Thus, we will see some definitions from this lesson as well as derivations, formula, their SI unit and CGS unit. So, what is electricity? Electric current, electric circuit, voltage or electric potential, resistance and Ohm's law. These all points we will cover in this lesson. So, electric current is the flow of electric charge. It is the flow of electric charge. Electric current is carried by moving electrons through a metallic wire, that is called as the conductor. By convention, electric current flows in the opposite direction to the movements of the electron. So, electric current was considered to be the flow of positive charges, and direction of flow of positive charges was taken to be the direction of electric current. Conventionally, in an electric circuit, the direction of electric current is taken as opposite to the direction of flow of electron. That is, electron has negative charges. Electric circuit, it is a continuous and closed path of electric current. Expression of electric current. We know that electric current is denoted by the letter I. It is expressed by the rate of flow of electric charges. Rate of flow means the amount of charge flowing through a particular area in unit time. In this diagram, you can see how flow of positive charges and negative charges takes place. The flow of electron and flow of positive charge is opposite to each other. If net electric charge Q flows through a cross-section area of a conductor in time t, then electric current I is equal to net charge Q upon time t. Therefore, I is equal to Q by T, where I is electric current, Q is the net charge and T is time in second. From this formula, you can write SI unit of electric charge and current. SI unit of electric charge is Coulomb. 1 Coulomb is nearly equal to 6 into 10 raised to 18 electrons. Thus, SI unit of electric current is Ampere A. Ampere is the flow of electric charge through a surface at the rate of 1 coulomb per second. This means if 1 coulomb of electric charge flows through a cross section for 1 second, it would be equal to 1 ampere. So from this formula you can write that as ampere, that is current, equal to charge upon time. If there is 1 ampere of charge, 1 ampere equal to 1 coulomb upon 1 second. A small quantity of electric current is expressed in milliampere and microampere. Milliampere is written as mA and microampere as PA. 1 milliampere is equal to 10 raised to minus 3 ampere and 1 microampere equal to 10 raised to minus 6 ampere. Ammeter, it is an apparatus or the instrument to measure electric current flowing through a circuit. Charge, the like mass, the charge is the fundamental property of matter. There are two types of the charge, positive charge and negative charge. The charge acquired by a glass rod when rubbed with a silk is called positive charge, and charge acquired by an ebonite rod when rubbed with wool is called as negative charge. What are its properties? Unlike charges attract each other and like charges repel each other. The force between two charges varies directly as the product of two charges and inversely as the square of the distance r between both charges q1 and q2. From this we can write that F is proportional to q1 into q2 divided by r2, that is product of two charges divided by the square of the distance between them. Thus, F is equal to K into Q1 into Q2 divided by R square. The SI unit of charge is Coulomb and 1 Coulomb is equal to 1 ampere into 1 second, because charge can be calculated as, you are knowing that I electric current is equal to Q by T, that is charge upon time. Therefore, this T we will replace here, we will transfer at the another side, and charge becomes equal to product of electric current and time. From this you can write that 1 coulomb is equal to 1 ampere into 1 second. Thus, the quantity of charge which flows through a circuit when 1 ampere of current flows through it in 1 second, that is called as 1 coulomb charge. Now, what is electric potential and potential difference? The amount of electric potential at a point is called electric potential. That is energy, electric potential energy at a point. And what is potential difference or voltage? The difference in the amount of electric potential energy between 2 points in an electric circuit is called as potential difference. It is also known as voltage, which is equal to the amount of work done to move the unit charge between 2 points against static electric field. From its definition, we can write that voltage or potential difference is equal to work done upon charge, that is Q. PD is equal to W by Q. Here PD, potential difference, is nothing but V, it is noted by V, equal to W is the work done upon Q is the charge. Thus energy or work done, they have unit joule, and charge, it is measured in coulomb. So voltage or potential difference SI unit is joule per coulomb, or it is also known as volt. Thus SI unit of PD is volt. It is given as a volt name in the honor of Italian physicist Alessandro Volta. Since joule is the unit of work and coulomb is the unit of charge, we can write 1 volt equal to 1 joule upon 1 coulomb, that is 1 J upon 1 C. This 1 J upon 1 C, that is 1 volt, is equal to 1 joule into C raised to minus 1, or C inverse, J C inverse. You know that voltmeter is an apparatus to measure the potential difference or electric potential difference between 2 points in an electric circuit. Galvanometer, it is a device to detect current in an electric circuit. Now we will see about what is Ohm's law. There are different components in electric circuit that we are knowing, that is electric cell, battery, plug key, that is switch open, switch close, a point joint wire, wire crossing without joining, electric bulb, resistors, variable resistance or rheostat, ammeter, voltmeter and galvanometer. When they are connected in the proper sequence, then we get electric circuit. Thus, we will see now about Ohm's law. Is there a relationship between the potential difference across a conductor and the current through it? Let us explore that. The Ohm's law states that the potential difference between 2 points is directly proportional to the electric current at constant temperature. Thus, in 1827, a German physicist, Georg Simon Ohm, he founded the relationship between the current I flowing in a metallic wire and potential difference across its terminal. According to him, V is directly proportional to I. Thus, by removing this proportionality sign, we can get a constant is called as R, that is resistance. V is equal to Ri. So from this equation you can see that V proportional to I. By removing this proportionality sign, V becomes equal to Ri, where proportionality constant is R. R is the resistance at a given temperature. Now we can write as I is equal to V upon R. That is by transferring this R at the another side of the equation, we get the equation I is equal to V by R. We can also calculate the constant resistance by the equation R is equal to V by I. That is the ratio of potential difference and electric current gives the resistance of that metallic wire. It is a constant for given conductor at a given temperature. Resistance is the property of conductor which resists the flow of electric current through it. SI unit of resistance is ohm. Ohm is denoted by Greek letter. It is denoted by the Greek letter, that is ohm. So this is ohm. It is shown in this way. This is the symbol for writing ohm as a SI unit of resistance. Then what is 1 ohm? Here 1 ohm of resistance R is equal to the flow of 1 ampere of current through a conductor between 2 points having potential difference equal to 1 volt. From its definition, you know that as R is equal to ratio of potential difference to the electric current. So, electric current flowing through the metallic wire when potential difference is equal to 1 volt. This means that 1 ohm is equal to 1 volt upon 1 ampere. From this expression, it is obvious that electric current through a resistor is inversely proportional to the resistance. This means electric current will decrease with an increase in resistance and vice versa. The graph of potential difference versus electric current is always straight line. Means in an electric circuit, if the resistance is doubled, the current gets walled, means it becomes half. Thus, the current through a resistor is inversely proportional to its resistance. If current is increased, resistance is decreased, and if current is decreased, resistance is increased. In many practical cases, it is necessary to increase or decrease the current in electric circuit, and the component which is used to adjust this current without changing the voltage source is called as variable resistance or rheostat. Now, from this graph you can see that when potential difference V is plotted against electric current I, we get straight line graph. We know that from Ohm's law, R is equal to V by I. Therefore, value of V becomes 225 volt. It means that when electric current is increased, resistance is decreased. If electric current is decreased, resistance is increased. Now, you can see the definition. Resistance, it is a property of conductor due to which it resists the flow of electric current through it. And the component that is used to resist the flow of electric current is called as the resistor. In practical applications, resistors are used to increase or decrease the electric current. Now, we have already seen that what is variable resistance. a component of an electric circuit used to regulate the current, and this component of variable resistance can be regulated by a device that is called as the rheostat. So, the device which is used in a circuit to provide variable resistance is called as rheostat. What is cause of the resistance in a conductor? Flow of electrons in a conductor is electric current. The positive particles of conductor create hindrance to flow of electrons. Means they become obstacle because of attraction between them, and this hindrance is the cause of resistance in the flow of electricity. Which factors on which resistance of conductor depends? There are some factors on which resistance in a conductor depends. These are nature of the material, length and area of cross section of the conductor. First we will see first factor, nature of material. Some materials create least hindrance and hence are called good conductors. Silver is the best conductor of electricity, while some other materials create more hindrance in the flow of electric current. Means they produce resistance to flow the electric current. When high resistance is created, then that material is bad conductor. Bad conductors are also known as insulators. Hard plastic is one of the best insulator of electricity. Now second factor, how length of the conductor affect on the resistance? The resistance R is directly proportional to the length of the conductor. This means resistance increases with increase in length and it decreases with decrease in length of the conductor. This is the cause that long electric wires create more resistance to the electric current. It means that R resistance is directly proportional to length of the metallic wire or length of the conductor. Now we can see how area of cross section of this metallic wire affect to the resistance. Resistance is inversely proportional to area of cross section. It means that R is proportional to 1 upon area, and thus 1 upon area, here it is shown 1 by A. If area of cross section or thickness of the wire is increased, resistance is decreased. R will decrease with increase in area of cross section of the conductor and vice versa. More area of conductor facilitates the flow of electric current through more area and thus decreases the resistance. This is called that thick copper wire creates less resistance to the electric current. So, from these both equations 1 and 2, which are those equations? R proportional to L and R proportional to 1 by A. From this both equation we can write togetherly as R is proportional to L by A. Thus we will remove this proportionality sign and we get R proportional to rho into L by A, where this rho is proportionality constant called as resistivity. This resistivity is fixed for the fixed material. From equation, you can also write by transferring this A to the R side, you get RA equal to rho into L. Thus, we can calculate the formula for the rho resistivity. How we will get? Rho is equal to R into A upon L. From this formula, you can calculate the resistivity. What is the SI unit of resistivity? Since unit of resistance is ohm, area of cross section, its unit, area of cross section, its unit is m square divided by length unit is m. So SI unit of rho is equal to ohm into meter square upon m. So this one m will get cancelled. Therefore, rho has SI unit as ohm meter. This is the SI unit for resistivity. The resistivity is defined as the resistance offered by a cube of material of side 1 meter when current flows perpendicular to its opposite faces. So its SI unit becomes ohm meter. It is also known as specific resistance. The resistivity depends on the nature of material of the conductor. The materials having resistivity in the range of 10 raised to minus 8 to the 10 raised to minus 6 ohm meter are considered very good conductors. It is a characteristic property of the material. The metals and alloys which have very low resistivity, therefore they are good conductors of electricity. The insulators like rubber and glass have resistivity in the order of 10 raised to 12 to 10 raised to 17 ohm meter. Both the resistance and resistivity of the material vary with temperature. The combination of resistors, that is series and parallel, the heating effect of electric current and electric power are seen now from their derivations. The resistivity of an alloy is generally higher than that of its constituent metals. Alloys do not oxidize or burn readily at high temperature. For this reason, they are commonly used in electrical heating devices like electric iron, toasters, etc. Tungsten is used almost exclusively for filaments of electric bulb, whereas copper and aluminium are generally used for electrical transmission lines. Thus, this is all about the resistivity, resistance, electric current, potential difference, electric charges, etc.